At the beginning, we see a large truck crashing into the back of a private car. Inside, a mother is holding her son, saying, "It seems they are from the Ning family." Her husband is surprised, wondering how, since he left all the inheritance and gave up everything, posing no threat to them anymore. Some people are trying to fire shots at them. The father tries to hit the brakes, but they aren't working, and the car doors won't open. The mother lowers her son out of the car while the father cries, telling him, "Try to survive." After 13 years, we see a young man standing on a ship feeling calm and happy because he has reached Dragon City. Now, it's time to settle the debts from 13 years ago. Then he hears someone arguing. A person says, "Don't you have eyes? You look blind." We see a group of people and a girl clinging to a guy claiming someone stepped on her expensive shoes. She is complaining, "What should I do? These shoes are very expensive." An old man tells her, "I'm sorry, they are just kids." She gets angry and says, "Why do you look so ugly?" Then the guy with her asks him, "Do you even know how much these shoes cost?" They tell the old man that even if he sold all his children, he couldn't afford a quarter of the price of those shoes. Then the guy tells his guards, "I want you to grab this man and throw him to the fish. Let him deal with them." Suddenly, Ningji appears and says, "Do you have no respect for my presence here? Show me what you've got if you dare touch him while I'm around." The other guy snaps back, "Who do you think you are? Do you think you're someone special? Don't you know who I am?" Ningji asks him, "Do you even know who this man is?" The other guy doesn't care at all. Ningji reveals that the old man was a firefighter, and all his injuries and scars are medals of honor for saving people from burning to death. "You think you're tough because you want to kill him over a shoe?" The young man says nervously, "You don't know who I am. I am Liang, and no one can bother me here." Ningji suddenly stands right in front of him, grabs him by the shirt collar, and slams him to the ground. He asks, "How do you like being on the ground now, when someone stronger is hitting you?" The guy gets off the ship and shouts, "Just wait until I come back with my men. I'll make you wish you were dead." The hero looks at him with a look that says, "Do whatever you can." The guy stands below shouting, "If you're a man, come down and I'll show you who the Liang family is." He keeps talking for a while, and then people start to appear. It looks like a highly organized private army. The young man, Liang, isn't surprised by the soldiers. The servant whispers to him that these are the Northern King's sword gang, and he must lower his voice so they don't hear. The soldiers stand in front of the ship, their commander raises his sword, and all the soldiers follow, shouting in salute to their leader, the Northern King. Ningji says to them, "Guys, I'm just an ordinary person. I don't need all these titles." Their commander replies, "We would never dare break the rules and call you by your name." Ningji says, "I didn't expect you to come." The commander offers his sword while bowing and says, "If you want to punish me, punish me." Then he asks Ningji if there's a problem or someone who displeased him. Ningji points and says, "This kid says no one in this whole city can touch him." The whole gang, Liang's group, is terrified instantly. The soldiers surround them. The boy tries to justify himself, stuttering, "This is all just a misunderstanding." The commander says coldly, "Let's finish this misunderstanding later." Ningji tells them the people with the boy are innocent. They should only punish the boy. The boy falls to the ground in shock, begging for mercy. Ningji leaves him and walks away with the soldiers marching behind him. The scene shifts to another place. A girl says, "Why hasn't this person arrived yet? We've been waiting for half an hour." She walks away saying, "What kind of fiancé is this?" and tells her grandmother that she is leaving now. The grandmother says, "If she dares to walk away, I will break her leg." A person appears and tells them that the fiancé is on his way now. Ningji then appears with his men. The grandmother says, "Let's go, girl, he is here now." The girl replies, "Calm down a bit." Someone appears and announces that he, the fiancé, has overstepped his bounds, and therefore violators will be strictly punished. The grandmother is surprised that Zhang Chuan, the leader of the Central Sword, and Mo Qin have all arrived. She says, "This is a serious conversation." Ningji says to him, "My friend, it's been a long time since I saw you," and asks him who he intends to report and punish strictly. But the man suddenly kneels on the ground and says, "As the commander of Central China, I welcome the commander of Northern China." Ningji tries to settle this conversation and lets him know that they are on the same level. They are both commanders, so there is no need to kneel. The man informs him that all the commanders are under his command. Ningji then looks at the grandmother and his fiancé. The grandmother is crying and saying, "Why, my son, you've grown up and grown tall too." Ningji looks at her with an affectionate gaze and says, "My grandmother." She tells him, just come with me, let's get in the car and go home. Then Ningji tells Mo-chin's men to stay put and the northern Chinamen and Sung to come with him. They, of course, listen and say, okay, boss. While riding in the luxury car, the grandmother says, my son, 13 years have passed in a blink, and you have grown so much. He tells her that it's all thanks to her, for if she hadn't protected him, he would have died long ago. The grandmother introduces the girl next to her, Su Cheng. Ningji looks at his fiancée for the first time and says, if you want to cancel this marriage, you can. Su Cheng immediately agrees, saying, really? But the grandmother gives her a look that says she'll regret it if she does. Su Cheng tells her grandmother that these traditions are ancient and arranged marriages are over. She complains that her college friends mock her for this. The grandmother strictly says, this marriage was decided by the Ning and Su families, and no one can change this agreement. Ningji tries to calm things down, saying, grandmother, everyone has their own thoughts, let her be. The grandmother's face instantly changes from angry to smiling when she looks at Ningji. Then she asks him, how do you know Zhang, the Central War swordsman, and Mo? Ningji explains that they are all just acquaintances. Even the man next to him, Yuan, used to clean his sword when he was training. Instead of being offended, Yuan says with pride, that was an absolute honor for me. Su Cheng is completely shocked by all of this. She wonders, how can the commander of Central China be a sword polisher for him? Who is this man? Ningji, to please his grandmother, says, grandmother, Su is mine now. Since you love her, I will protect her for the rest of my life. Anyone who even thinks of touching her will have 3 generations of their family wiped out. Then he tells Yuan that he has decided to protect this girl, and if anything happens to her, it will be a black day for everyone. You know that well, right, Yuan? Yuan replies, yes, boss. The grandmother is overjoyed, saying, that's my boy. The girl is amazed by his immense confidence. They arrive at a specific mansion, and Ningji helps his grandmother out of the car. He tells Ningji that the car accident 13 years ago wasn't just a random event. You know that well, don't you, boy? If it weren't for the grandmother, your head would have been cut off by now. He then tells the grandmother that they must end this marriage and get rid of Ningji. It's the best decision they can make. Everyone behind him agrees, wanting to avoid any trouble or headaches.